We want to live, like many of us are aspiring to become doctors, are aspiring to become engineers. If there is no good education, if there is no good health, how do you want to achieve these things? If the economy is not functioning well, you know we have a lot of challenges. If we've been having a lot of natural disasters, whereby even to some extent you have to vacate where you are and go to another community, there is no way you can achieve this thing. And that has to do with planets now, when I was talking about natural disasters and all. And this aspect has to do with security. How are you safe? Okay, for example now, I'm being posted by the United Nations to go and render maybe a lecture on sustainable development, let's say in Borno State. The first question I will ask whoever that is with that contract is, please, what security measure are you putting in place for me? So, peace has to do with security, safety of each and every one, not just the sustainable development advocates now. It also has to cut across each and every individual. And prosperity has to do, and the truth is, there cannot be, we can't have sustainable development without peace. And we can't have peace without sustainable development. So in as much as we want to achieve sustainable development, we need to have peace. Even personally, individually, we always pray that God, give me peace. Give me peace of mind. You might not be praying that at this level, but I know my children, it's a prayer which each and every one is praying. So it's the same way it's being applicable to our daily lifestyle, it's being applicable to the SDGs as well. And I've explained people, I've explained peace, I've explained which other one? Planet. Okay. Prosperity now. Let's talk about prosperity. Prosperity has to do with what am I in? How successful am I? How can I help others? And not only, another mistake we have is sometimes we put a lot of blame on the government. But truly, the government are meant to create a sustainable livelihood. They have to create a system which works. They have to create an environment. You know, we know that we need power, we need employment, but you don't need to wait on the government to give the job. In as much as you have value, you need to create value for yourself. And which is another thing which I want to tell everyone sitting down here this morning. You need to create value for yourself. From at this level you are, that is one reason why we are targeting the secondary school students. Rather, we have gone to the UI, we have gone to Polytechnic Ibadan to go and do this training. But the truth is, we need to start from the grassroots. When we sent the letters out, we said students between 8 and 14. Because we believe that at this level, anything you have in mind to do, you definitely achieve it. Because whatever you are able to do yourself with at this level, we stick with you and we definitely make use of it and you become successful at the long run. So, think about things you can do. Definitely we'll still talk about that. Things you can do on your own, even though when there is no job, you can create a job for yourself. So, and the other one is partnership. Partnership has to do with collaborations. It has to do with connecting with other people, connecting with other organizations, connecting with other industries to make efforts in achieving sustainable development goals. Like sustainable development goals is not just limited to the government, like I said, the private organizations that are involved, non-government organizations that are involved, and also individuals we are all involved. Government officials are involved, the children are involved. And I was saying some set of people one day that if people don't understand the context of sustainable development goals, we won't be able to achieve it by 2030. there was a day we went to Alaafin Oyo's palace, and there was an issue that happened there. There is an initiative that they actually plan establishing a factory, very big factory in Oyo State, and the location they chose was Oyo town. So the plot, the land space Alaafin gave them, I mean, in one way or the other, part of it was meant for the farmers. And you know, farmers in rural areas, they will tell you it's their father's land. Nobody can take this thing from me. It caused a lot of, not just chaos, riots. The company had to suspend their plan for that particular period in achieving that. But in such a way that these people have knowledge about sustainable development, they have knowledge about economic growth, they have knowledge about industries, they have knowledge about Go9, they have knowledge about innovations. It should have been more easier for them to achieve that. So even at the rural communities, we need to start preaching this. My dear, as you are seated here, there was a name I gave you the other time. I said you are champions. The truth is, you need to start from this level. The way you preach the gospel of Christ, the way you talk about Islam, you have to talk about sustainable development goals. Because this is your future. Like I said the other time, we are currently on the decade of action. And this is what will keep running to 2030. So think about it. Where are you going to be in 2030? How can I fit into this space? How can I fit into the development space? Okay, is it advocacy I want to be running? Is it funding I want to be providing? Is it I want to provide for people? And or is it do I want to become an innovator in my own space? Do I want to invent things in my own space? It's where it's been. One of the facilitators just came in here. Please let me attend to you. Okay, thank you. So, when it comes to things like this, please, how many minutes do you have left? 1 hour. How many minutes do you have left? 25 minutes, right? I need to rush myself. I'm not doing any, and I have like 4 videos. So let's quickly run through our slide. Go one is talking about no poverty, reducing each and everybody. Like I said something about people living below standard of living. Like the normal $1.25 per day. In as much as we have, these are the rating done by the United Nations, that more than 700 million people still live in extreme poverty, abject poverty, rural areas. In fact, people get to some rural areas, you will never pray, you will thank God for your life, that God, thank you for the life you gave to me. People are suffering out there. So how do you want to solve the problem of poverty? Poverty for the next 50 years will keep being an issue. But what we have to do is we have to find every measure to mitigate poverty. We have to find every measure to mitigate. And the reason why they are placing poverty as number one is poverty covers all. Once you are able to tackle poverty, that means you solve every other goals. And the second goal has to do with zero hunger and trying to end every form of malnutrition, trying to ensure that each and everyone is having their daily needs. Like I said, how do you eat? Are you the type of person that eats 001 per day, or you are the one that eats less, or you are like a thought of what food is to you? Another issue are facing is post-harvest loss. Very much of food loss. So, in your space, you have to think about, like I said something the other time, you need to find a place for yourself. We have 17 goals here. You need to think about which of these goals do I want to drive in the next 10 years. It starts now. You need to drive one of these goals, And another one is, I just have to rush through because my time is almost up. Good health and well-being. When it comes to good health, if anyone amongst us is sick today, suddenly we will just call a teacher. Hello, ma. Hello, sir. Sorry. So person will not be able to come for the event because he's having health issues. I tell you, we will never have health issues. But good health has to do with good health is the determinant of academic performance, success, higher success rate. Good health also helps us to achieve our dreams. Even at the long run, because when I'm relating health and education together, okay, that's go for. That's go for when we talk about quality education. I said something the last time. If you don't have good health, you won't go to school. And there is a part which I always pick. I pick food, I pick health, I pick education as one of the most important things you need to have. Because let's take a doctor, a teacher, and a farmer. How can a doctor work efficiently in his hospital without having good food? There is no how. Then how can a doctor get to the level of expertise, becoming a medical doctor or a surgeon, without having a good teacher? Without having a good teacher to train them? Is it possible? So, let's turn it around now. Like, it's like a pyramid, 3-point pyramid. Let's say 3-point pyramid. How can a teacher go to school and work without having, at some point, even not until you are sick, you definitely need some things like supplements or maybe some drugs to supplement, get more energy, you might be tired, you need paracetamol. So, health is very important. And quality education is important. One of the reasons why we changed our venue was we found that Clementina Hall is not conducive for learning compared to this environment. Very silent, very serene. So, inclusive education, conducive environment, not in a system whereby we have a group of students here learning and we have trailers moving around. That's the noise, that's the pollution, that's the distraction already. And when it comes to, I always say it, I said, you guys are very lucky. When you get to rural communities, I promise you're able to find out. There's a picture, it's one of the local governments in Oyo State. Those students, they attend classes in a building, in a thatched building, without roof. Even some do not have, the place is just small, their floor is small, and when you go to school, you know you paid for it. But kudos to the school management. They have been able to provide good facility, and they will keep upgrading it. So quality education is very key in achieving the SDGs. And the other part is gender equality. Like when it comes to, let's say, in the working environment, there should be less of 70% men, 30% women. If it's not 50-50, we should have 60% women, we should have 40% women. And the truth has to be said, when you empower a lady, when you empower a young girl, there is tendency for that lady to perform excellently well than even a man. We know men are strong. The fact they say women are weak versus it's not like they are weak. They might not have energy, but they have these potentials. They can do great exploits. Look at the president of World Trade Organization, currently the president of World Trade Organization now. You know how she has keep moving from one place to the other, from World Bank, came back to Nigeria, minister, now in World Trade Organization. So if she didn't have a quality education, would she be able to get to that level? So empower women, empower girls, and ensure they have their rights. Another aspect is okay, please, where is Ben? So another aspect is to ensure good water, access to good water, drinkable water. And when you get to some communities, you will see them with what they are feeding with is, what they are drinking is river water. They will fetch maybe early in the morning or late in the evening, and they will store at home. They will let the water settle, and that is what they are going to drink. These are water that you yourself, you can't use to wash plates. Don't think about drinking it. So it's very important. And another aspect is, like we talked about power, modern energy, access to good energy, power supply. Looking at the environment, there is no harm a company is going to thrive without good supply of energy. And when we talk about innovation, when we talk about infrastructure, when we talk about industries, like where do we have industrial parks here in Nigeria whereby you see them coming together, and there's an important, like I was saying something the other time, you need to start thinking about the area which you want to come in for sustainable development goals. You need to think about which area you want to focus. And I also explained goal 10, which has to do with the inequalities in between countries. So for, let's say Ethiopia now, or maybe when we talk about, let's talk about Africa. Let's talk about Rwanda. When you talk about Rwanda, when you talk about the world, the countries that are still doing well, we talk about Rwanda, we talk about South Africa, we still talk about Kenya, even before we talk about Nigeria. Sorry to say that. But we are Nigerians. What are you doing? What are you saying to achieve sustainable development? The truth is, you can't wait for the government. You can't wait for the government to achieve all these things for you. Everything in your own space too, you have to think about how you can do one or two things. Okay, let me just, I want to play some video. Because another thing about, another important aspect is, which is talking about cities. We have been good, like, okay, let's compare, how many people know today? Burial Day, about Burial Day. Let's compare that to Bodija. Let's compare that to Bodija Ibadan. You know the difference, right? Slum. We need to, all these slum areas, we need to put an end to it. We see how we can have a good environment which is okay for each and every one. So, okay, I want to play some videos. So, okay, let's play some videos and let's just watch one or two videos. Then another aspect which is important, which I said I'm still going to talk about, is the partnership aspect. The truth is, no matter if you have a project, no matter how clear the vision is not meant to be done alone. You are not meant to do it alone. Please note that. If you have anything in mind, that you want to do something, you have a goal, you have a project at hand, you are not meant to do it alone. Learn to partner. Even if it's a business. If you have a business idea, start looking for the right person, look for the right friend to partner with. It's very important. Let me start a scenario. How many of you know about Paystack? You've heard about Paystack. It's a payment platform and which was sold some months back. The truth is, there are other platforms like Paystack that's just owned by one person. But when you see two people coming together, even the Bible says it. I might not want to go Bible much because we also have some Muslim amongst us, and the same thing we find in your Quran. You get to achieve things well when you have two people, three people coming together. Learn to be partner. Don't be the CEO of a $1 million company or $1 million company don't be that kind of CEO. You think about being a co-director or co-founder of an $100 million investment. You can compare the two. So let's assume that 5 people owns a $100 million investment compared to someone that owns a $1 million investment. You can see the gap, right? So please, it's very important we do this. Please, we need to change this thing. It's creeping up. I don't know why. It's creeping up. So, okay, and then I also want to let me also before I play some videos. I also want to discuss our role as students when it comes to sustainable development goals. One, you need to study and understand these goals. It's been written, they've stated it, if you check the second page of the study material given to you, you need to understand these goals. And these goals is 17, we have the 17 goals, and with targets and 230 indicators. Okay, the targets are not there actually, but by the grace of God, when you are visiting your school, we are going to give you a comprehensive document that has to do with the goal, the targets, and the indicators. I will not talk about SDG transformation. I will not talk about it. I will limit it. Let's talk about just the 17 goals for now. So the first thing is, you need to study these goals, and one, you accept and adopt the goals. That's number two. You accept and adopt the goals. Then amongst the goals, find your major interest. What is my interest among these goals now from goal 1 to 17? Is it goal zero, no poverty? Which one I want to do? Do I want to become the next hunger? One of you that said wants to become a surgeon. Okay, that has to do with good health. You need to know, I said something that any job you are doing that is not solving the problem is zero. You are not going to do that kind of job. Then the fourth thing, is it the fourth one or the fifth one now? Okay, the fourth one is create awareness within your community. Create awareness. Tell your daddy about SDG, tell your mommy about SDG, tell your brothers about SDGs. Create awareness. Then, I will end with partnership. Partner with your other colleagues on how to achieve your niche. So, let's say for example, I'm running on quality education. We want to talk about, I think we have SDG hubs, SDG clubs in each schools. We should have SDG clubs in all schools. SDG. Some have. And I know by the grace of God in 2022 we achieved that. I know that the Office of Special Advisor to the Governor on Sustainable Development Goals started something of such in 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic. So, but definitely we also drive that on having SDG clubs in each schools. So you might be the champion, you might be the leaders of each club. So it's very important. So when we have like 10 people coming together and they are talking about quality education, they are talking about hunger, they are talking about gender equality, they are talking about life on land, they are talking about life under water, they are talking about a lot of things. Before you know what is going on, work towards it drives us closer to the achievement of the SDG. Thank you, sir. So you have to change this laptop. What in which you are going to do today is you are going to talk with each other. After this, I'm going to break. I know you guys know each other from school now. You ensure that you are not sitting beside anybody from your school. It's important. So you have to meet. You have to meet with one of okay, it's important. You meet with 3 people. Let's repeat that. You just ask that person that which of the just have a single one out of those 17 people. You can take your material that which one interests you and tell me why. Okay, I will visit to 2. You will meet 2 people. Ask him or her which of the goals do you like to work with in the nearest future. Then why do you want to work on that goal? So, shall we start? Can leave wherever you are, ensure you meet 2 people. Ask them that which of these goals are you interested in? Your face marks on, please. Ensure your face marks are on. Let's do that. You are not meeting someone from your school. You are not meant to meet someone from your school. Meet someone from another school. Ask them their name, then ask that which of these goals interest you. So are we done? So somehow I'm going to start from you. You tell me the 2 people you met. Let me know their name. And okay, just say their name. And when he says your name, just signify. Let's know you signify. Then you tell me the 2 goals they said they're interested in.
I met Convener and Emmanuel Ola-Olowoyo.
Okay.
I choose which is to ensure health.
Which of the goals? And they said they are more interested in.
Convener choose goals.
Convener, choose Convener. Okay.
Just basis.
Okay, you know I can't tell you anymore. Okay. Alright. Moving on another section, you are still going to tell us why you are choosing those 16. So, go back to first. Let me hear from you.
I thought with when I was student and before I choose good health and well-being because people might get to use in some communities by night of sickness and malaria. So that's why I choose good health and so as for us to take care of much people, so as for them to be able to increase in some communities and the world. That's why I choose good well-being and good health.
Okay, that's not okay, let's leave them with what they prefer. It might be difficult for them to assimilate what others prefer. So you just tell, but if you remember what that person said that he or she is interested in, you can say.
I am actually interested in number 4, which is quality education. Because in the nearest future, I'm planning to become a software engineer and I would like to implement software into education. So actually, mere graduating from secondary school will gain you a good career because you might be a software programmer, a coder, or software developer. Thank you.
Okay, who are the two people you met?
I met Christiana and Molo.
Christiana, where are you? Where are you? Okay, alright. Okay, give it to Christiana.
Yes, sir. I choose number 23, which is zero hunger and good health and well-being. The reason why I chose zero hunger is that most of the people now, they go to school hungry. They can't assimilate things their teacher teach them. And if you don't have good health, meaning that if you are sick, you can't perform well at school. Because people who eat and people who have, people who are not hungry and are not sick, they are able to assimilate from their teachers. They will be able to think fast. But people who are hungry, going to school hungry, and they are not feeling well, how will you think they will be? They cannot think fast. They will just be looking at their mates. They will be thinking that when I get home, what will I eat? That what drug will I take? So all I just want to say is that if you are a student with zero hunger, you can think fast. And if you are a student that you're well-being, you're good, you have a very good and sharp health, that there's nobody that will downgrade you. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. You didn't tell me who you met.
I met with Philip and Bimbo.
Philip, where are you? And you? Bimbo? Is that? Favor. Okay, what are the interests?
Actually, Bimbo is involved in quality education.
Okay.
I remember that of Philip.
Okay, business administrator.
I'm interested in zero hunger.
Okay, why are you interested in zero hunger?
I'm interested in this simply because I want to show a nice picture. I'll have a farm, operation for the nation. So everybody will be in good health. When there's food, let me say how the Nigeria program will be solved. Yes. And any students who is hungry, and let me say who is famished, they still will be able to think straight. The only thing the students will be able to think of is food. What will I eat? Even when the students is intelligent enough, the food will help him. The food will help him not to be able to think straight, make things easy for him. But I would like to say, if there's operation for the nation, then Nigeria's problem has been solved. Let me say 50% being solved. And I meant Purity and Zainab. Thank you.
Okay. So talking about food now, and when you were talking about Operation Feed the Nation, this was a program that was run. The Operation Feed the Nation has been in existence before. But one of the problems we face in this country is inconsistency of government policies, government programs. Operation Feed the Nation was implemented in such a way that even every household should have a farm. But the system was not well built, it was not very structured, whereby let's talk about farm management, let's talk about good agricultural practices. So when it comes to admin operation, sincerely, when it comes to agriculture, we need to implement that plan back. In as much is well structured and there are good systems in place, whereby even in your house, in your own garden, you can cultivate some vegetables, you can cultivate some fruits. I think I met a man in Lagos, that was last month, and he said he's growing apple. Now, he's growing apple in his compound. In some months' time, we start selling apple out. In which many people are unable to achieve that. Even mostly top farmers in Nigeria are unable to achieve that. But let's think about a system whereby we can replicate his own practice in other households. This will help us to meet to what you are saying. And okay, I think I'll just take 3 more. Zena.
My name is number 1, no poverty.
Okay.
If I reduce level of poverty, people will be able to take off their hands, go to schools, and where to buy food. So it reduces the level of beggars on the streets and make the country a very better country, because the country will fill with educated people.
Okay.
And I met with AIIDEV and Convener.
Okay, what did you do?
AIIDEV and Convener.
What are the million
Okay. AIIDEV shoes go 2.
Okay.
And Convener shoes go 1.
Okay. Alright. My friend, I'm looking out to you. Who wants to speak? Okay.
I chose goal number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure.
Okay. Please tell us your name whenever you are answering a question.
My name is Okechi.
Okay.
So I chose goal number 9 because when there is industry, innovation, and infrastructure, there will be more employment opportunities for people, and we can produce more goods for the use of others. I met with Akolade and Joshua.
Okay, please start for you. That's a good one. Favor, I want to hear from you.
My name is Favor. I choose goal number 3, good health and well-being. I choose good health and well-being because when you are healthy, everything, there are many works you can do that can be possible. Because when you are not hungry, when there is health, there will be many things to be able to do. You even concentrate in class. When you are not having any sickness, when there is no sickness troubling you, you will concentrate and you assimilate quickly. You will be happy with your friends because when you are sick, you will not be able to be free with anybody. You will be lonely. That's why I choose good health and well-being. I meet with Favor and Convener. Not Convener.
Okay, let's start. I love the way I love your persuasion. When it comes to, now I was saying something the other time that it's just like a 3-point pyramid, like 3-level stool. Good health, quality education, and food. When there is enough food, there is life. That's number 1. When it comes to human capital, those 3 things are very, very key. You know, basically, you have some psychological needs, and definitely, when it comes to when I want to become rich, but there is no how. Even the poorest person in life that does not have any money, once you have those 3 things, you have everything. The other ones are just going to be achieved with time. So, I want to call on 1 or 2 persons to hear back from them. Okay, my guest.
My name is Mrs.
Okay.
I just go number 2, which is zero hunger, because when teachers are hungry, they will not be able to teach the students very well. And most students go to school hungry. So if students are hungry, they will not be able to concentrate in class, and everything the teacher is teaching them, they will only be thinking about food. So that's why I chose goal number 9.
You know what? That's a very good point. And I love where you started because there can't be any quality education without user armor. And you can't have strength to teach if you don't eat well and if you don't have good health. I love the angle they are coming from. I really love the angle they are coming from. And maybe during the third section, we are going to have things whereby we talk individually and we give you a little assignment which you are going to work on. But after this session, we have another facilitator on board that is going to take us on circular economy, and that is the waste recycling, zero waste management. He's going to talk about that. Before I leave, let me see if I can quickly play one or two videos. I know my time is up. Sorry. Please can you permit me to do that?
This September, 192 countries will meet at the UN to adopt a new global goal. These 17 goals provide a roadmap that will help the world achieve sustainable development. But what exactly is sustainable development and how does it affect us? Sustainable development is...
So I just want us to take time and listen to this. It's a recap of all what I've said earlier, then I'm still going to give a summary. I wish we have time on, we have more time to discuss, but definitely on the long run, we still visit your schools, and like I said the other time, but I'm going to play two videos actually. So I want you to watch. You can try as much as, if you have anything you don't understand, please ask. We are still going to have a session for questions and answers. Hopefully after the first section, the second section has been run, please note your questions down. And you can read, maybe during the break session, you can meet me personally and we'll talk more about that.
Development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. But what does that mean? Everyone understands the need to grow their economies, but not everyone takes into account the negatives that unbalanced economic growth can have on the environment and on people's well-being. It's time to change that by looking at the world in a different way. The Sustainable Development Goals will help us to do that. Sustainable development is about the big picture. It's about improving the lives of everyone, everywhere, and achieving all these things together. But it's also about the details. That means we want economies to grow, companies to thrive, and people to have decent work. We want to create new, innovative technologies, but not by harming the environment. We want everyone to have access to nutritious food, regardless of where they live. We want affordable and quality education for everybody, not just a few. We want freedom of speech, but we don't want that to mean violence. But how can we achieve all of this, and where do we even start? Well, the 17 goals will mean member states alongside civil society stakeholders and major groups will be working together for the next 15 years, looking at ways we can do business differently so that everyone gains. With these 17 global goals as our guide, we can achieve sustainable development and live in a world where people and planet benefit. But we have to act now. This is the time for global action. To find out how you can get involved and learn more about the goals, go to www.un.org/sustainable development.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time. And thank you for your aspiration. And I pray we all get there in Jesus' name. And Mr. Buraga, are you set up? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can still show one or two videos while he comes on board. Sorry. Let me just scroll and run this. To end with, this is actually the summary of what we've been saying. like I said the other time, it all SDG all actually started with the Agenda 21, AIIDEV Nigeria, and the MDG, and which was later advanced into Sustainable Development Goals, which has 17 goals, 169 targets, and 230 indicators. Like another aspect which I quickly want to mention is this aspect. The SDGs are actually integrated, whereby you can't do without one for another one. The role of health in achieving all other goals is highly needed. Also education and across all. And it's a universal goal, and most importantly, the end part of it is leaving no one behind. So if we talk about achieving a good quality life for each and every one here, no one must be left behind. You ensure that whatever you are going to do for group A, you must do for group B, and whatever you are going to do for group B, you must do for group C. And now, another part which has been added to this is the circular economy, which was reviewed in 2019 and it was started last year. So when you talk about achieving sustainable development goal without leaving anyone behind, and with circular economy and decoupling, that is DECOUPLING. So those three aspects, those three systems are very key. They are very key. Those three systems are very key. Leaving no one behind, to ensure that you don't leave anyone behind, and ensure that you practice circular economy. Thank you once again for listening. I hope we further this discussion on the third section. And once again, my name is Emmanuel Ola-Olowoyo. Thank you. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Thank you for your time.